What's a going on, gamers? It's me, Daily Tactics, and today we're doing some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, and Second Airborne Productions, a user in my comment section in the last Magito video I did, challenged me to do something more elaborate. He said that the attack and defend was getting a little bit old, and I have to agree with him. I think it's been a while since we've done an elaborate battle, so that is what we are going to be doing today. So shout out to him for the challenge. I accept, and I hope you enjoy it. So what we are doing today is a battle amongst the Yavin forest here. There are many a bridge on this Yavin map. It's crazy. There's two here, then there is another two over there. I could have sworn there was like two more somewhere. There's a lot of bridges, regardless. There's sort of this waterfall thing from this temple up here. It's a crazy map. And so what we have here is a Republic military base, and then over here we have a Droid military base. So both sides have defenders set up, but they also have attackers set up. Attackers set up. So the droids and the clones will be fighting over this bridge and then doing a frontal assault on each other's military bases there. Whoever wins the bridge battle then gets to assault the military base. But wait, there's more. On the flanks over here where the other two bridges are, there are even more clones and droids. And these guys are on free move mode and they are going to duke it out. And then one side will be the victor, the other side will retreat back to their military base, and the other side will push the advantage over here and attack the enemy military base in a flanking formation. So there's a lot of moving parts in this battle. It's a battle of bases and it should be really, really cool, and the winner will get to keep the Waterfall Temple of Yavin 4 amongst the jungle. I don't know why this land is valuable, but it's pretty sick. So you know, pretty cool scenic view for whoever wins. Either way, guys, we're gonna get right on into it here. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed. Let's try and get 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. Subscribe if you haven't already with notifications on. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty then, fellas, so we're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna start in slow-mo for the first bit here and press start. Okay, so I think over here is where the immediate action of the battlefield will begin, because this side over here has quite a ways to travel before they actually get into any action. So let's observe over here for the start. It seems like they do see each other and they have started blasting, confirming that theory. The clones getting the majority of the fire out at first. The droids a little bit slower to react, which is peculiar considering the droids are literally AI based, and you know, they should have microseconds of reaction time, whereas the clones are still only human, although breeded to be perfect soldiers. So it's questionable. It's questionable. That's all I'm saying. Either way, lots of fire going out by both sides. There's not too many losses going on for either side quite yet. Not enough damage, I think, has been delivered by either side, but the losses will start forming pretty soon, I imagine. We're getting lots of action shots here. It looks honestly really, really sick. I'm pretty happy about how this battle is turning out so far. Let's check in on the bridge real quick. These guys are also about to start clashing. Not quite yet, not quite yet. So we'll tune in on them once they start their fire out, and we'll get to see that angle as well. There's going to be a lot of moving parts in this battle, which is really nice because it means we can, you know, if there's a low point in one side of the battle, we can move on to the other side of the battle, which is going to be pretty sick. All right, let's check back in over here. It looks like these guys have seen each other, and we do get to witness the first shots being fired. That's pretty nice. Both sides sort of trying to go and hug the walls of the bridge. A few are standing out in the open and firing, but majority trying to get cover beside the bridge, which is smart. You know, you don't want to be completely exposed here out in the open. By the way, both sides do have the exact same number of troopers with the exact same health as each other and the same variety of weapons. So it's pretty much going to be performance based on the individual soldiers as to who wins this battle. It has nothing really to do with you know, size or numbers or health or anything like that, just so you know. The droids also have the cool jungle camo, which is kind of nice. It's a very subtle jungle camo, which I like. It's not too in your face about it. You can You can sort of see it. It's pretty distinct, but it's not like regular camouflage where it's very, very camo-y. This is a very subtle camouflage. Either way, the troopers that are in the middle of the bridge for both sides are going down pretty heftily, and the troopers who did take cover are, of course, surviving a bit better. Also, the troopers in the back surviving a bit better, too. None of the sky turrets over here and over here are firing quite yet. They must not be in range of the enemy, but those will come into play. Whoever wins the bridge battle will, of course, be able to use their sky turrets, which will be pretty cool. Also, the troopers who are way, way back on the defensive sandbags over here aren't firing. Actually, the droids are firing a little bit, so I take it that the clones pushed up further than the droids did, so the droids are actually getting a little bit of defensive fire in there. That's going to help out the droids ever so slightly, actually, which is interesting. I mean, not much. It's like 2 or 3 droids, but still, I mean, it's additional fire, so that's good. All right, let's check back in over here on the right flank. And we'll go into normal speed as well. Enough of that slow-mo stuff. So it looks like the droids are actually getting pushed back over here, and the clones... Oh, well, they're actually getting pushed back as well. They're on the retreat, and the droids are on the retreat. This is very interesting. Okay, neither side really dominating the battlefield quite yet. I mean, it's still up in the air who's going to end up being victorious here. And a big part of this flanking battle over on this side is going to be, you know, keeping enough troopers alive to actually commit to the flank of the military base. I mean, if they get victory over here, but with only like 5 droids or 5 clone troopers left alive, they're not going to really be able to run a good flank on the military base because that's just not enough troopers. So, you know, they have to play both conservatively and aggressively in order to win this thing on the flanks, which is pretty interesting. The droids finally decide to push forward, though. After retreating back and the clones retreating back, they are the first ones to go, okay, if you're going to retreat, we're going to attack. We're going to take the advantage. And honestly, good on the droids. The clones should have pushed that advantage right there once they saw the droids retreating, but instead they retreated as well. Not the greatest of moves, but maybe they're going for a defensive play here, you know, wipe out the droids who are attacking and then attack themselves. That could be a good play because, you know, defender's advantage is a real thing, and it can certainly help in battles like this. However, the clones are still pretty out in the open, and they're not getting a ton of fire off at the droids, who are on a choke point right now, mind you, so this is the time where you want to get fire off. So the clones are making some serious strategic mistakes over here. Back to the bridge, and it looks like the clones lost the bridge battle over here. The droids stand victorious with actually quite a sizable force. That's kind of surprising right there. Maybe it was the backup forces from over here that helped quite a bit, because again, the droids over here, it seems like they, you know, played it a bit better than the clones did, I guess, by incorporating their defensive structure into their assault as well. But this one's a little bit less, you know, it's a bit more of a gray area as to why the droids won over here. Maybe they just got more fire off at the beginning of the battle. Maybe they just outgunned the clones. Who knows, really? Considering everything is even, it shouldn't be too much. Oh, by the way, there is like a mini bridge over here with some droids, and then there was some clones over here, but it looks like the clones died out to the droids over there. A couple of droids died over there, but the droids do end up being victorious on this tiny mini little bridge, which is fun. I don't know, it's a micro battle. We didn't really get to see it. It's kind of cool. We should do a micro bridge assault. Yo, that would be so sick. We could do it on that bridge. It's been a while since we've done the micro battles. We got to get those going again, because those were always a fan favorite. It's always nice to get a mini battle going where you can really discern the various troopers that are fighting in the battlefield and root for them to survive or whatever, you know? So we should definitely do more micro battles in the future. I kind of forgot about those, if we're being completely honest here. Kind of forgot. Either way, 3 clone troopers do remain on the bridge here. Oh, they might have found like a weird hitbox area where they can't be shot, because look, they're not getting shot at all. So these clones, I guess, will survive for at least a little while longer because they found that little glitch spot, and they're getting some fire off at the droids. It looks like they even got a few kills, with the help, of course, from the sky turrets up here, which are now firing away. Good for them, you know, getting into the action there. BEA, beautiful. They have the ultimate high ground. Obi-Wan decided to put these turrets in the battlefield. He designed them himself. He was like, we need turrets that always have the high ground. That is the goal. And then if the droids build higher turrets, then these ones are like a kaleidoscope, and they go higher. They go outwards. I don't know. Obi-Wan, chief engineer of the Republic Army. Either way, the clone defenders over here are firing away pretty nicely right now. They're taking a few losses, but it does seem like they're slowing down the droids a lot, and the droids are taking significant losses right now. So I don't think the droids have enough with just their assaulters here to win the battle. I think the clone defenders are strong enough to hold these guys out. It really depends on the flankers, and actually what we can see here is that the flankers are getting awfully close. The clone troopers who were here are still on the retreat, and they have a sizable force left alive, but they are getting pushed hard by these battle droids, and they are taking losses because of the battle droids and slowly losing their troopers. But I mean, if the clone troopers who are retreating back can make it back to the Republic military base there and set up defenses themselves, that would be pretty helpful to the defenders right there, and they'd also be able to alert them that, hey, we lost the battle, the droids are on their way. So these droids are poised to attack the defenders' flank, albeit they are taking some losses on the way, but they still have a very, very sizable force over here, and I think really now these clones that are sort of stalling on these cliff faces, they're doing just that. They're trying to stall for time so that these clones over this way can make it back to the military base in one piece and help set up more defenses or something like that, you know? Back on the bridge, there are more battle droids attacking. My old roommate in college was from Cambridge, Mass, and he used to always call it the bridge. He'd be like, oh yeah, back at the bridge, man. I was like, what? For a while, I didn't understand what the bridge was, because I don't think anyone except for people from Cambridge call it the bridge, because I had never heard that before, and I lived like 30 minutes from Cambridge, and so I was like, does he live under a bridge? Is he a hermit? Am I living with our hermit who lives under a literal bridge? But no, it was Cambridge. Which was kind of funny. He was a quirky guy. He was a little quirky. He was nice, though. He was a very nice guy. Very quirkalicious. Either way, yeah, the clone defenders over here are doing pretty well. I mean, they've taken some losses, but they still got plenty of troopers holding out pretty nicely. They're killing a lot of these droids, which is great. They just need these clones who are still on the retreat over here to stall out even more. We need, you know, these guys to stall, so that way the main bridge battle is finished and the clones win this bridge battle, because I think they can, as long as these guys stall out. The worst thing that can happen is have a pincer movement going on where you have to defend both here and over here, and I think that's what's starting to happen, because some of these clone troopers over here in the pits are starting to fire away. Also, the retreating clones have made it somewhat back to the base over here, and the droids are starting to come over this cliffside to attack them. There's still a whole lot of droids over this way too, who chased down a few surviving clones and managed to wipe them out, which is kind of sad. Apparently there's still one left alive in the jungle over here, and the droids are slowly getting to him. Oh no, poor guy. And then of course there are these droids over here. So the clones are really starting to get pinched here, and I'm hoping that they manage to survive and fend off these droids. But then you gotta remember, if they survive and fend off the droids, then there's this whole droid military base over here that is still set up on the opposite side of the bridge. So the clones really wouldn't have made much progress at all if they managed to defend this. You know, it's basically no one wins this battle if they manage to defend this, and they're back at the stalemate they were at the beginning of this battle, which is kind of funny. You know, it's very much so a battle of nothing happening, if you think about it. But if the droids do win, then this battle will of course not be fruitless, and the droids will have captured the clone military base. But we're seeing that the clone defenders are managing to kill a sizable amount of battle droids here. So perhaps the droid offensive will falter and will fail. They're going through the jungle here, which is honestly one of my favorite types of battles. Like, that's why I think the Pacific War during World War II is such a fun war to play as in video games, like in Battlefield 5, and then even Men of War has some really cool Pacific missions, because like jungle warfare is so cool, like to look at, to watch, like, you know, fighting amongst the trees and stuff like that. Vietnam movies are some of my favorites because of that kind of warfare in them. So this is kind of epic. I think it's cooler when the clones run through it, because the droids always look kind of weird running through the woods. But it's still pretty sick if we're being completely honest. Either way, the clone trooper defender is getting completely sideswept right now. The boys who are holding the bridge are still trying to hold out, but now their comrades behind them are starting to fall, which is no bueno at all. And it's positioning the clones in a bad spot here. They're getting wiped out, and I have less and less faith in the clone garrison here to defend this area. I think they might just end up losing this whole thing, and that's wow. I was not expecting it to be such a sweep, you know? The clones really dropped the ball on this one, if we're being completely honest. And I think it all started on that flank battle. I think that was detrimental to the clone forces. They retreated too fast, man. They retreated too fast, and that one little decision by the clone troopers can completely mess up the rest of the battle for them. So it is brutal, man. It is brutal. There's still a few free roaming clones from the beginning of the retreat, though, who are over here. That's funny. There's also a couple over this way who are just trying to run away at the outskirts of the battlefield and just getting chased by droids. Ah, oh, guys, stand and fight. Make up for your early cowardice by being brave now. No, they're gonna keep running. They're gonna keep running, fellas. That guy got gunned down. This guy managed to run away a little bit farther. Oh, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Oh, this clone over here bravely making a stand and getting 3 droid kills, which is pretty impressive. Poor guys at the military base did their best, and then they got sideswept because of cowardice in other positions. All right, let's. Oh, I was gonna Rambo that guy, but he got shot instantly. So the droids win the day. Wow, big win for the droids. So we can see losses here. Red are dead droids, yellow are dead clones, and I mean, this is the problem over here. The clones took oodles of losses while the droids did not. And then over here, I mean, the bridge battle was going well, if we're going to admit it. For the clones, they were defending it and they were holding. It was just that they got flanked. You know, I think they would have won the bridge battle had they not gotten flanked there. Kind of a crazy battle, pretty cool, and the droid defenses are literally untouched, and they've conquered another military base on the planet. So all around, a good GG for the droids. They had a good time. They made it happen. They won big time. They got land. And they took minimal losses. But for the clones, it was pathetic. Very pathetic. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it. I think it was fun. You know, different type of battle that we haven't done too much before. Either way, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you want me to do next, what you thought of the battle. Like the video if you haven't already. That helps out the channel a ton. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.